Alrighty, so our last series of the day and the last series for the round of 16 to see who will make it through to play next week. Of course, we'll be back next Saturday at 14 GMT, so you can remember to tune in then. You can follow us to get an email notification when we go live and catch all of the ECL action. But we'll be finishing today with Lix versus st4rk SY versus VNA. Of course, st4rk, you might be wondering, what? st4rk? He's a Brazilian player. What's he playing for VNA for? That's a bit weird. Yeah, it is a bit weird, isn't it? But there he is. He is obviously going to be a Vietnamese legend by the time this tournament's over.
Yeah, like, that sort of is a bit of a weird story how that came up. Because st4rk just didn't really get a team when ECL started. Like, there wasn't a spot on Brazilcus. None of the other teams really had space for him. And then VNA, I guess, approached him and said, "Hey, you want to play with us? You know,
Yeah.
There's 1v1 events that you can play in." And
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he hasn't played with them in any of the team games, has he?
He was in one of the 2v2s with ACCM.
Okay.
And they got absolutely destroyed.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the communication, I mean, Bact and ACCM probably have the best English on the VNA team.
Yeah, for sure.
And I've spoken to both of them over voice chat, and their English isn't great.
No.
So it's really difficult to communicate, as English would be the language they would communicate in. And that's so important at such a high level in team games. However, for st4rk, he's a great 1v1 player. And if anything, VNA as a team, they're probably weakest in 1v1 until you add st4rk. And then st4rk can maybe bring up the 1v1 potential a little bit.
I don't agree with that necessarily. Like, Bact is a very good 1v1 player. He won. He won the last 1v1 event.
Yeah.
ACCM has always been up there as a 2K3 player.
Yeah. But then what about the others?
Okay.
What about Say My Name and Cool or Chip?
Okay, well, Chip is just... don't worry about Chip.
Yeah, so
But
I think that's why...
Yellow's Say My Name has always been, okay.
And I think st4rk makes a better addition as a fourth 1v1 player than any of the fourth best Vietnamese players.
Okay, no, I guess that does make sense.
I think that's probably where his strength is going to lie. So VNA really hoping that st4rk can bring them a victory here, as I think they were knocked out... Let me check. VNA Say My Name was knocked out to Yinghua in round of 16 there. Also, looking at the standings right now as well, just to see how this would impact things. VNA are currently behind AM and Suomi. So they really need to start getting some wins, getting some points, and they're going to do that by winning some of these tournaments. But
hopefully,
if st4rk can't beat Lix here, that's going to be no points on the board for VNA yet again.
Which will be a bit of a shame for them, I think.
Yeah, so it's really resting on st4rk's shoulders, the hope of VNA. We'll see what he can do as we go into Bog, which is our first game, and we're going to get that going right about now.
Okay, here we go.
We are in game number 1 between Lix and st4rk for the Southeast Asia round of 16 1v1 stage. We are here on Bog, one of the only 3-letter maps in the known universe, and we have Lix representing Team SY to the north of the map. He's playing as the Malay, and then to the south in the hot pink, it's st4rk playing as the Indians representing Team VNA. We have not seen these civs on this map yet, ever.
We've seen Indians once.
Yeah, but like, what? I mean, we're... Okay.
We've seen Indians once.
It didn't work too well, though, did it?
No, they lost to Spanish. That's true.
Interesting.
I don't think Indians are a bad civ by any means. I just don't think it's the best civ.
Yeah, absolutely.
And same sort of thing for Malay. Like, it's a sort of middle of the road sort of civ. Like, it's not one of the top 5, and it's definitely not like in the bottom 10.
Mm-hmm.
But, I think Mongols is probably the best civ for this map.
Yeah, I think so too. And we've seen the Mongols be very successful on this map. I think every time we've seen Bog and the Mongols have been chosen, Mongols have won.
Yes.
Pretty much 100% win rate when Mongols have chosen. So, interesting that neither have gone for that. But obviously, quite a lot of projection here about what these guys are planning. I mean, the Malay probably thinking about some kind of heavy water play. It has to be.
Yeah, you'd think so.
Yeah. And then the Indians, you're probably thinking more of land play.
Yeah, maybe like one dock fire galleys just to harass them while doing scouts, which
Yeah.
we've seen a couple of times
And
with various civs.
that's definitely why I like this map, actually, because it does have that opportunity for both, and absolutely could be a good mix of both as well. So we'll see how that plays out. In the end, though, land is the most important by the late game, as land is the majority of the map, and believe it or not, that's where all the important resources are. So we'll see if Stark can...
Oh,
no,
that villager.
dead.
Oh.
So close. So damn
That was
close.
so close.
For sure. And we love backed. Don't think we were... Why would anyone think we were dissing backed?
Like, Backed won the last 1v1 event.
We said, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what?
How could you think he's
how,
bad?
How on earth did we say backed was
We were
bad?
discussing the rest of the VNA team.
We're saying the rest of VNA probably not as good at 1v1
as Backed is.
as backed. And Stark.
And
That's
Stark.
why Stark is in the Vietnamese team.
Yeah.
So the dock coming up for Stark and Lix pretty much at the same
I
time.
really like that dock for Lix.
The one from Lix?
Yeah. It's nice and in the middle. You get access to so many fish, right? There's a whole circle that you can see on the screen.
Oh, yeah, that's really good. That's very nice. And Stark's dock, it's not too bad. But, you know, if he'd maybe build it here, he might have a little bit more access to fish.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Like, he's still got 2 there, which is okay.
But at the same time, you don't want to go too far away. You don't want to have to build too far out and waste villager time. And it's a risk when you send that villager out.
Yeah, and
because
potentially
the
get killed by
could
the
come
scout.
and, yeah, ruin your day. So far, though, no casualties to the
He's
rhino.
been real
Good.
ballsy going without Loom.
Again.
For those rhinos.
Oh, with the rhino, yeah. Mhm.
Like, they were both really far away. That one...
Has to get loot
Has
for
to
that
get
one.
loot for that.
Especially because there's downhills here
and
and
the
here.
forest you have to get around.
Yeah, for sure. That's got to be a loom. But you know what? He might not need that rhino straight away anyway. He might actually opt to click up to the feudal age first, depending on whether or not he wants to go fast on the water,
That's true.
and then get loom,
Later on.
and then get the buffalo. At the moment, we've got Lix doing loom, and he's going to go grab his third rhino. Should be going up feudal very quickly as well, though.
I don't think he'd go up this quickly as Malay, though.
Not this quickly, but should still go up fairly soon.
I think he just got Loom because he decided, okay, that rhino is a bit dangerous.
Yeah, and you're right, because I think if he didn't have loom, he would be dead.
With this, yeah,
That
this,
hit
that
would
hit,
kill him.
Yeah, that would kill him.
And he wouldn't have gotten back. So, calculated by Lix.
The rhino attack animation is so funny.
It's I mean, could you imagine, like, actually getting, like, not hoofed, like, horned by a rhino? It's just brutal.
Where is that villager going?
This villager,
Does he want to make
Is
a
it a
dock
sneak?
over here?
it's going to get spotted, or not. Lix going to run by, and Stark.
It looks
Just-
like a sneak villager.
It does look like a sneak.
Forward archery range, maybe?
Well, maybe more likely to be a stable, but no. He's moving all his villas out to wood.
Right, and that keeps it consistent, right? Fire galleys are wooden
Yeah.
gold. Archers are wooden gold.
Pretty standard. But this sneak villager could make quite a difference. Let's have a look at Lix's map, though, because this is something I'm just looking at the mini-map and thinking now. The villager's going to come over this side.
Yeah, huh?
And he might, let's say he builds an archery range here, or barracks an archery range here. All of Lix's economy is like on the right side of his TC. So Lix has nothing over here.
Well, if he doesn't see it, he could literally just walk up past that forest to the north and then come back down the other side. Right?
Right. Well, Stark here.
I hope
See what he does.
Is he building a barracks at home?
Not yet.
No,
I think
okay.
maybe more of a focus on the water. Obviously,
Water
the
first
second
and then
dock.
sneak later.
Yeah, because at the moment he's going to want to build 2 boats, and then that's going to leave him with very little wood left. Well, I'm assuming he wants to build a second boat. In the moment, the scouts are having a little scuffle, and interestingly, Lix only on 1 dock.
Really?
Where's his second dock?
He's got to be doing something, right? There's like not round further on the
Oh,
right.
it's there.
That's a really
That's
late
really
one.
late.
What's he doing? Did he try to go up too fast with Malay and just not have the economy to do stuff?
Surely not. He's got 23 vills. He has got quite a lot of wood, food in the bank, though, so maybe he didn't transition enough over to wood fast
and
enough?
where are those villagers going?
I don't know. That's kind of messy from Lix, actually. This is going to give Stark the edge on water here.
And that poor villager's building something. Okay,
There's
that's
the
the barracks.
This is looking good for Stark already, and the advantage on the water is great. But do you think maybe now that he's... I guess he's already committed to doing this. But if he sees that he's winning the water, or that his opponent only has 2 docks and he's kind of late, you might think that maybe Stark would be able to sort of transition into just a 3rd dock and push the advantage.
Well, does he know that the 2nd dock was late?
Nope, not yet.
Like, he hasn't seen the dock being built, so maybe, he just misscouted and he didn't find where the 2nd dock was.
Perhaps, yeah.
Maybe that's what he's thinking. Like,
Meanwhile, there's the archery range, like you said, and we'll see some archers going over there pretty soon. Now, I think the archers, like I said, the eco is mostly to the right side, but if he comes up this top area and hits this...
That's what I was trying to say at the start. You just walk around there.
He's still fine.
Get between the gold and the TC, you're going to get so many bills there. Oh, but the demo's coming. Demo from both players. Oh, Starks
is great.
Oh,
now, delete it. Perfect.
Gets the demo and a lot of damage on all the fire galleys.
He's just won the water with that. That's perfect.
As long as he doesn't die to another demo in return.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. And there's no demos coming.
That literally couldn't have been a better demo. He got every single one of those units.
And he's even sending one back to repair it.
Yeah, Stark is a great player, and I mean, you can see why. He's added to VNA here, and he's already coming out in Game 1 looking incredible. Not only is he winning the water, he's got 2 ranges and a blacksmith on the left side.
How does he have so much more wood? Like, you would expect that Lix, who isn't doing all this land aggression...
He's 3 vills behind on top of this as well.
Like, Lix should easily have, 4 docks by now or something, you would think, from the amount of wood that Stark is investing.
This is where it's getting weird for me. Lix has 300 additional food, but 300 less wood.
But why would you do that?
But why?
Like, it's a water map.
Yeah,
you don't need a ton of
Lix isn't even trying to do anything with the food. He's not going scouts or anything. You wouldn't do that.
Maybe he's just thinking fast-ish castle, like small water fight and then go up really fast.
Castle Age could be on the horizon, but I'm still thinking this is going to be a great move from Stark on the left side. Right. I really admire how good Stark is at balancing his economy.
Yeah.
It's just really, really solid. He's just very smart as a player, and in come the archers.
Don't attack it. Keep walking.
Lix doesn't see it.
Good man. Get in there on the gold.
He's going to see it, and when he sees it, it's too late. He might spot that one, but unlikely. And there we go.
That's too late. They're all here.
Archers are in. Fletching's done. +1 defense is even done. This guy's insane.
Come on, just keep microing back. Like, you don't even need to kill vills at this point. Just force all of them to chase you like this.
And you're fine. So good. So good for Stark.
I feel like he's basically won the game
That's
at this
GG,
point.
right? Like, he could deny the barracks, actually, as well.
But why bother?
It's over. It's over. Stark wins this game from here. Like, even if Lix plays on.
Oh, no, that was a bit of a misplay. Where are those archers going? Just keep microing.
He's just standing there to kill them all.
No, but it's not worth it, though. You take so much damage. Like, you could kill them all without taking any losses if you micro.
He could just finish these ones. There's quite a lot of low vills here. Yeah.
I mean, so many archers
maybe sloppy from Stark, but think of the idle time.
Oh yeah, no, he's way ahead already. But like, he could be so much more ahead.
This is insane. I can't believe that Lix just
did that.
Yeah.
Right. Like, how much? He's got no resources, right? What's he gonna do? He's got a ton of food.
He's got no wood to fight on the water, so that's 100% lost now.
Well, they're both sort of not fighting on the water anymore, it seems.
Yeah.
They're both like,
that. I mean, the point is Stark could easily add more ships now, whereas Lix cannot. I'm actually surprised. I thought Stark still had good presence on the water, but still. How is Vil's count so close? Melee got up a lot faster.
I think Stark's also idled a little bit while the fighting's happening, not killing Vils, because, it's so much more important.
Did Stark lose a bunch of Vils? Nope. Stark lost no Vils.
I think just idle time. Probably.
Yeah. Maybe some idle time. Oh, he's taking the Rhino now.
He might lose a Vil there.
Yeah, I'm wondering if you will, actually. It's actually...
Oh, no.
Nah, he's okay. He's okay. But now, I mean, I do agree with you. If he continued to micro his archers, he'd be in a better position. He's got one.
Yes, that's a stable as well. Oh, boy.
500 score difference right now.
Full fuel aggression. And, those Vils, they're trying to rush the tower up on the gold. He knows it's there. The scouts should come back for the skirms, and then the archers will pick off all these Vils. And it's GG.
Well, we'll see. He's killing so many villagers. It's amazing to me that Lix had so many villagers to kill. I mean, that's quite impressive, but the GG is called. And what a great game from Stark. That was fantastic. really a pleasure to watch because he managed that so well in terms of eco balance and villager distribution to be able to actually maintain that dock production and stay reasonably level with Licks on the water while at the same time building this forward here and then just absolutely going ham in Licks' economy. Really well played by st4rk. And in the end, I do have to question Licks' build in general. You know, he had a lot of food and he didn't really commit to the water. Like the second dock, for example, was extremely late. And as the Malay, that shouldn't really be the case if you're trying to contest water. And it was very obvious that Licks was trying to contest the water there, as he didn't build a barracks until very late into the game. Taking a look at the post-game stats then, we'll see if that tells us a bit more of a story. Obviously, st4rk with a huge KD, and when you look at those stats on the eco, an additional 1,000 food for Licks. What was he doing with that food? He must have been thinking about a faster castle time, but he left himself very open on the land.
Yeah, I just don't think he was prepared at all for that sort of, in quotation marks, non-standard play. I think he expected it to be played like Baltic, where you go water, then you either win or you lose water, you get the castle really quickly, and then you start to do other stuff. And st4rk just completely just blindsided him, basically.
Pretty much. That was really impressive play from st4rk. And that was Licks' home map as well.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, that was Licks' home map. You know, it's you'd think that Licks might have a bit more of a game plan going into that.
You would hope so.
Yeah, you'd think so. So Bog Island, that's st4rk's home map. We've not seen too much of this map in the tournament so far.
Not yet.
And I think st4rk will definitely come prepared for this map. What do you think the civs are going to be?
Well, we said last time that we think Chinese is pretty good because you start with the deep sea fish underneath your TC. So you're guaranteed food. No, that's Riverbed.
Bog Island.
Bog Island.
Different map.
Never mind.
Mongols, man. Mongols.
Maybe
three
Japanese.
Hunters. Three rhinos. Maybe Japanese, yeah.
Mongols, Japanese.
Solid.
Maybe
picks,
Malay.
Really. Do you think st4rk would want Malay?
Probably not. I don't think that would fit his style.
No, I think, yeah, probably expect to see those. I guess I've got to go back to the right game room now.
Yes.
Which one was it again? This one?
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah, okay. And we're going to jump into game 2 in just a second. So hold tight, strap yourself in. Game 2 is coming in hot.
AoE 14.
Bog Island. I like this map. It gives me a little bit of nostalgia from the early days of our tournaments that we would run.
Very first HG tournaments.
The very first ones. We had this map quite a lot. And a lot of things were figured out with this map back then. There were some really wacky strategies. But welcome everyone to game number 2 in Licks versus st4rk's best of 3 for the round of 16 in the Southeast Asia 1v1 stage of the Escape Champions League. It's a bit of a mouthful if I do the full intro. It's like 3 sentences of info about what this is, but it's quite an important match because it's 1-0 to st4rk, and if he wins this, he's going through to the quarterfinals, and that hurts SY because
they want as many points as they can get to stay ahead of Frantic and Suomi and AM, who are starting to catch up a little bit. And who knows, maybe if they have a really good run, they could maybe catch up to Secret.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like, the Secrets lost their last couple of finals against Suomi.
Yeah, right.
Maybe they lose some games in the quarters instead, or the semis, and they don't get as many points.
Absolutely.
And then SY could jump up over them, maybe.
Yeah, Licks here, you know, representing SY, obviously he has to try and get some points for his team. SY are currently in second position, and that is the position right now that's most hotly contested, because Secret are way ahead with 40 points at first place, and then it's SY, Frantic, Suomi, AM, and they're all quite close together. I think there's about 8 points separating the whole.
The 4 of them are fighting for second at this point.
So quite important, and obviously at this point right now, VNA are really far behind. And
really
if
far.
st4rk manages to knock out Licks, it's going to be quite disappointing for SY. So we'll see what they can do. Lix here is in the blue. He's taken the Japanese, and he's playing to the south of the map for SY. Up to the north, St4rk is in that hot pink, and he's playing as the Mongols, and representing Team VNA. Mongols, I think that's suiting St4rk's style, and of course on this map you do get the 3 rhinos as well, so triple the hunt bonus. Not triple the hunt bonus, but triple the hunt,
which works with their bonus
to do the hunting with. Lix, meanwhile, Japanese. You sort of suspected that Japanese could be in here, but we've seen this matchup a couple of times in this tournament already
on various different maps as well.
Yeah, and not on Bog Island, admittedly.
Yeah.
But Mongols typically win out if it goes late.
For sure. And I'm just also thinking, Mongols have so many more advantages in like the early game. Like, other than the extra fishing ship HP, they can get up faster, they can get out those early fire galleys or normal galleys if they want to. They can go scouts and water if they really want to, because of all the extra food they have. Like 1 dock fire galleys, 1 stable scout, something like that. Whereas Japanese, they're sort of locked into going water and walls, I feel, in the early game.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that the Japanese could do scouts as well, but you're not going to do it as well as the Mongols.
No.
You know, the Mongols just kind of outclass you there. So, you know, at this point, I think St4rk definitely has some kind of civ advantage, and I don't know though, because this game, it's not just about civilizations. There's definitely a lot of opportunity to get sneaky, get creative.
That's true.
You know, there's a lot of mangrove jungle, whatever you want to call this terrain, amphibious terrain. That means that boats can get into wood lines and cause trouble. That means that you can surprise your opponent by turning up in places they didn't think you could quite get to.
Yeah. Just a demo in the wood line is just... I keep harping on about it.
Yeah,
but,
right.
Like, it's game-changing if you can pull it off.
It's true, and it is. And, you know, I've seen it a few times. I think St4rk is obviously thinking about that already, which is why he's already walling up here and making sure that this wood line is secured for later. Got to be careful of a potential overchop here on the right side.
That's true, but he's probably going to make the lumber camp further in,
probably over
the deeper
here,
area.
Maybe, yeah. But for now, yeah, just trying to close off his map, because it's a sensible thing to do on this map.
He could just go straight FC, to be honest.
You think?
He might. Like, if he's walling this early, well, I guess they're both doing it.
Oh no, that's not a wall. Yeah. Lix could. Lix has actually got big fish here as well.
I think St4rk has as well. He built quite a forward dock.
Yeah. So I mean, he's got that, but unfortunately for
he didn't scout on the other side of the trees.
Oh, here?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to say, unfortunately for St4rk, his dock, even though it's forward, it doesn't really give him enough deep fish. So definitely favors Lix at the start, and maybe St4rk isn't. Yeah, he's not actually even going to build a third fish because he doesn't have reliable fishing here.
Fair enough.
Yes, one demo ship does break palisades. It brings them down to about 30 health. So if you hit it with a demo and then hit it with a couple of scouts, you can often get through quite quickly.
Or normal galleys or fire galleys or something like that.
Yeah, so Fast Castle could be really risky, but St4rk...
I think it's looking likely, right?
It looks more likely by the minute because he's already got 27 pop and he's just clicked up.
I feel like he might struggle to click up, though, with only the 2 fish.
He's seeding farms, though, look, as well.
Yeah.
3 rhinos, which have more food than boar. Water buffaloes, which have more food than sheep.
He's only got
and
2
now
buffaloes
he's seeding
left, though.
4 farms.
Okay, well, I say that, and he's got 300 food left, and he's already at 400.
I think he's okay.
He should be able to just about make it.
Maybe the wood might be a bit tight, but if he might end up doing a market blacksmith, which wouldn't be...
I assume it would be market blacksmith.
Yeah, but
and then go for water, right?
Maybe, yeah.
What, do you think FC Knights?
I think that's kind of going to be risky, because, I think he'll do maybe a market blacksmith, because he should have built the barracks by now if he's going to do...
Is that a hole in his wall at the south there?
Here? That doesn't... That's a hole. No.
Oh.
No, it's not a hole. It's not a hole.
Debated.
Debated. Not a hole. Confirmed. Lix, meanwhile, though, you know, look at this. He's going straight into double fire galleys.
He has a hole in his wall, though. Where the
Here?
fish just went
Yeah,
through. A
that's
demo could sneak in there.
technically a hole. I mean, imagine if a demo. Imagine
Right.
if Stark sends a demo, slips it through the gap, and then sends it into the wood line and gets
Right.
a bunch of.
It'd
That
be
would
so good.
insane. But yeah, I just think Licks, because he's going for water, he's not going to be able to do enough damage quickly enough. And there's the market. There's the blacksmith.
Oh, it's another buffalo. Why did he build the blacksmith over there, though? Like laming a good lumber camp position.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. I mean, why not just do it here?
Right. Or like
Here.
up against the house.
Yeah.
As part of the wall.
Yeah, there
Something like
works
that.
too, right? That seems like a really odd place. But let's not read into that too much. He's got quite a lot of wood up here as well.
But like galleys can range most of that.
That's true.
Like that's really fast castle time, though.
It's
I have to
very
admit.
fast. It's very good. And Stark needs to follow up with something. And I think that's the question now. What does he follow up with?
I feel like it has to be water, right? War galley and then start making boats.
Well, we would assume it's water. But at the moment, well, mostly because at the moment he's not on stone and he's not got a barracks. So,
Yeah. He's not doing anything else.
yeah, we'll see what happens. Predictions in the chat saying Stark will lose this.
Maybe. Well,
It's
It's still
risky.
pretty early in the game, right?
It's a risky strat. But at the moment, Lix has done no damage to him. How comes a demo, by the way?
Has he seen that there's a hole there? Maybe.
I
Can
wonder.
we check his fog of war? Does he know that that's open?
He's
Okay,
not
he's got
scouted.
no idea.
I mean, he could just click inside and should go in there, right? That's how pathing works.
Yeah. It looks like it's heading that way.
At the moment, no damage to start. Oh, this dock, though,
Oh, that
should
should
get denied.
And the demo's about
It's
to go
gone,
through the
it's
hole.
gone. Oh, the demo's in. I can't believe it. I
Wow.
cannot believe it.
Yeah, go straight
Okay, yes, the galleys are chasing.
straight for the wood line. Oh
Licks,
no.
Licks.
Like this should be 3 or 4
Oh.
bills.
Oh, yes.
No.
No, not that
come
way.
back, come back. Okay,
Pay
yeah, he sees it.
attention.
He sees it. Yes. Go in.
2 vills.
Oh. 2 bills. Okay.
Not bad.
That's pretty good.
Not bad.
That's pretty good.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I really didn't think that would happen.
Okay, but look, having that dock denied really hurts him.
Oh, it hurts because, well, what now?
Yeah,
You know, oh, I've got 1 dock. He can build docks at the back.
that's true. But
it's got a lot of wasted wood.
and the lost villager and the wasted time, like he's
Yeah.
slowed down so much. He
Now-
doesn't have any boats really, right?
No, he's doing War Galley, and now he's going to have to train. Oh, he's doing another. He's doing
Oh,
another
there's another-
demos. There's more demos.
Oh, again!
More demos coming.
Again! Woodline. Go
Round
again.
2. Oh, this is brilliant.
Oh, if he gets more bills.
This is brilliant. Look at this.
Oh god,
Lix
yes.
doesn't know it's coming. He sees it.
Get
It's
the
too
2.
late. Delete it.
Delete.
Okay.
He's going for the other woodline.
Okay.
You can quick wall out demos.
Demo
oh.
ships now. Oh.
It's
oh, oh,
upgraded.
oh, 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 he's in. He's in. Oh.
He got 2.
2 bills down.
Oh, I love it. Demos are my
and
favorite
he
thing.
gets quick walled out. Oh, it's so good. And look at this. He's bought Lix to chase him as well. And he can just go around the back. But yeah, eventually he'll get stuck
You could
in
maybe
here.
delete that and get 1 bill.
Maybe.
But I would just try to hit the galleys and kill them.
Oh, that's good.
Get the galleys. Delete.
Perfect.
Delete.
Nice.
That
That's
was
a lot
good.
of damage. They were all full health. And now they're all half health. The reason we say
Oh.
delete, by the way, is if you delete your own demo ship, it will damage the units near it.
Yeah, it still does
So-
its full splash damage.
Yeah, exactly. So if you've got like a villager here, a villager here, and a villager here, and your demo's here, you can delete it and kill all 3.
Instead
You've
of
got to get the
clicking on
time.
one.
Yeah, right. Instead of it actually blowing itself up. But whoa! Meanwhile, Stark nearly losing this dock here, and he's got to be very careful that he's going to lose it. Lix is going
gone.
to commit to killing it, and I think that's pretty sensible.
What?
What?
40 HP?
Dude.
No.
40 health.
No. Licks. No, come on. Come back. Come
How
back.
did you not kill that there? I really,
Like, you did so well killing off the first fire ship.
I'm shocked. Oh, sorry. That makes
That's-
no
yeah.
sense. Like 40 health. Just finish it.
Feels bad, man.
Feels very
Oh,
bad.
that demo could probably clear up all of these fire galleys
It
if he
could.
gets a good shot in.
If it, yeah, it
Try and
could.
get round the
Oh, he's
front.
going to head them off. Stark's playing well, and Lix.
He knows how much I love demos.
He's on the way up to the castle age, but it's just going to be too slow. And see if he can get the damage here. He's trying to catch. Of course, the demo goes faster. He went for the full health one, leaving these guys all very low.
The 2 war galleys will basically clear them up if they come anywhere near them.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there's 3 now.
Oh, 3 of them.
And well, more because he's actually got
He's
a dock
still got
here.
a dock on 40 HP.
Tisk tisk. Anyway,
Okay,
the hole has been plugged.
Finally. Fishing traps.
No way, he's put fishing traps. So that, I mean, if he can just deny those, that's 100 wood for each trap.
Right.
Gone.
He could have built them around the back dock. Why did he build it at the front one?
Yeah.
I would honestly. How much HP does the fish trap have?
Fish trap has 50
I would
health.
kill them for sure.
It's a lot more than a farm.
A lot less than a farm, yeah.
Sorry, a lot less than a farm. You know what I'm trying to say. Fish traps are super easy to kill, and they're more expensive than farms as well. He's going for the palisade now, maybe thinking, hey, get some more demos in there.
Ooh.
And
Does he have any demos coming?
at the very least,
Oh, yes.
he can send his own boats in.
Yeah.
But obviously, Lix is now into the castle age himself. He's trying to get some units together. He's got them stored inside the docks at the moment, and he still has, of course, those very low HP fire galleys over here. We'll see what happens once War Galley comes in. I think Stark will very easily clean those up. And
Like his one fire galley, his fire ship there could clean up all 4 of the other ones, I reckon.
pretty much. I mean, he's got more combined, double combined health of those guys. They're super, super duper low. House here going down as well, and Stark
he's
is
just
dominating.
worried that there's maybe a demo inside that dock. Because he's already made a hole and he could go through. And there is a demo
there
there,
is a
right?
demo.
It's like if he passes through, the demo pops out and blows up all the war galleys.
Yeah, that would be sad. So he can go around this way instead now.
Like,
There
it's
we
still
go.
risky, but he could try it.
Dead fish traps.
Dies pretty quickly as well.
I like the dead fish trap image. It's quite nice.
It's strange.
It's always like
fallen over.
It doesn't look like it belongs in Age of Empires. It looks like something else. I know.
It looks like trash, basically. You know, like plastic bowls floating in the water or something.
Yeah. Well, that's not good. But still, Dot here, going down, and well, Lix is just waiting. He's just waiting. Here we go. He's going to make a play. 4 galleys from the back. He's going to ungarrison this one, ungarrison this one. Go, go,
The
go,
two
go,
demos
go.
straight into the
Go,
galleys.
go, go,
Go the
go,
demo.
go. Lix is, Stark is out, and the demo is there as well. So, boom, trading the demos off. And on this side, he wastes a demo, I think.
But Lix has significant military advantage here, right? 16
Absolutely.
to 10.
Absolutely. He waited, he bode his time for long enough.
Yeah.
And at the moment as well, he's even leading in villages.
And he's dropping a TC. 2
Which-
TCs. Stark is just on 1.
Wow. Considering Stark was up so much sooner, Lix is now considerably
He repaired
ahead.
the dock. He repaired the dock. No.
Oh, this
Stark's
one.
It's not 40
I
HP
see.
anymore.
Full HP now. And I see a university here. So Lix is looking for ballistics when he can get it. But Stark already has ballistics coming in. 16 to 19 military here.
Rip those poor
And,
fishing ships.
yeah, those fish are dead. And
Right.
no.
What?
This
I
is
hate
probably
it.
the worst lumber camp in the history of lumber camps.
Just
Maybe
because
not,
of that
but
one stupid blacksmith.
It's going to be so... Oh, no, it's actually not that bad.
Well, he was going to overchop at some point, and then
Yeah.
a demo will come in and kill all the bills, probably.
It's not that bad, guys. But
And there's a hole over there.
I'm worried that Stark might... You know, if he loses the water control here, he won't have a real way to expand.
TC?
Where?
There.
Oh, there.
Looks like
There
it.
we go.
Okay.
Okay, so
One
that's kind of
TC or-
safe.
He's still a couple of bills behind.
Lix has had these for a while, which the chat pointed out. Those were the ones that got blasted earlier, and they've just sort of sat there ever since. So, I mean, actually, if you think about it, a lot of Lix's army is kind of low. Maybe
One
Stark
HP.
has the... He's really far behind in military. Ballistics is done for both as well. But yeah, this TC is really kind of safe, and it gives him so much wood here, which he can just, you know, he just wants wood.
It
Lots of
secures
wood.
all of the wood, basically.
Yeah.
And that village is coming forwards, deleting a bunch of walls. More docks. Okay, really committing to water at this point.
Yeah, I think Stark is basically going to go all in on water by the looks of things. He's going to have 4 docks. He's just going to go mass war galley. He's not got too many villagers on farms, so it's basically just enough to keep villagers going
He's got
and get
500
upgrades.
food in the bank, right? He
Yeah.
doesn't need any more bills.
No, he doesn't. And so at the moment, it's all wood, it's all gold. And right now, Stark, a little bit of a messy engagement. A lot of his units at the back not fighting, just sort of going back and forth. Most of Lix's army is fighting, and he's really now just committed to, I have to win water. That's what he's thinking at the moment. Of course, ballistics is done. Demo's getting... Oh, they got a
little
couple
bit of
of,
blast.
couple of shots off there. And there's the next dot for Stark as well. So that TC on the left really indicating his plan. And it's hard to tell if Lix is winning or not, but he's going to go back.
Lix is ahead on army, but remember, 4 of those galleys are sitting on the left-hand side.
Yup.
So really,
It's 14 versus 14 if
right,
you
it's
discount
all
those
even.
ones.
Yeah.
And Stark now is going to be able to regain a bit of control. But did Lix see those extra docks? Because if he did, then he's going to have a bit more of an awareness
Okay, he sees this
of
3
the
there.
game plan.
Does he see any of the other ones? No.
No, but I think he knows
he
there's
should
another
know
one
there's at least one
somewhere.
more.
Yeah, so he knows he's against 4 docks. He himself has the 3.
4, I think there's one more in his base.
4. Yep. So it's 4 docks for Lix, 5 docks for Stark, both on 2 TCs. But Lix is much heavier on farms.
And he's also collecting relics, which is, a nice little boost, helping him out the late game as well.
That's true. I think Stark's going to start to pull ahead in water. That's my
Sure, well, once he's got careening,
prediction
he's
now.
going to have an upgrade advantage and production advantage.
Yeah, careening coming in for Lix as he sees that, but oh no! Lix getting stuck right between these mangrove jungles.
And he can't go anywhere
And the
now. He
ballistics
just has to fight.
punishing him. Oh goodness! So
He might
be able to win this fight anyway. But careening isn't there yet.
Yeah.
Lix is Stark's
Stark's
bringing in more reinforcements. These 4 units on the left are still chilling out, and Stark is going to win that fight. That's so good for Stark. Careening's done, but it's a bit too late, and Stark will now clean that up and send Lix home. This is really nice for Stark now. He's recognized he
And
really
the third
has to
TC as
win the
well.
water.
And he's starting to drop farms, so he's thinking, okay, I've won a good engagement. I'm going to start dropping farms and start preparing for Imperial Age. Because
Yep,
he
Lix-
recognizes he has an advantage.
For sure. Lix, meanwhile, has a villager lead, but he's just lost a lot on the water there. And maybe now Stark will go in, he'll be able to start harassing a little bit, maybe he'll kill some more docks, and make it really hard for Lix to come back on the water.
I assume Stark can't see those.
What?
Those vills.
Those vills?
Way
No,
out of line
yeah,
side.
there must be. Maybe another TC for Lix, but the 3rd TC for Lix is going to be a little bit later than Stark's.
Oh.
Lix is going to buy stone,
That could
and
be
Stark's
bad.
going to scout it. Can he no.
I would just send all of the war galleys, or maybe 4 or 5 on the right hand side. I would send them straight over there as soon as I see it.
I think you don't stop the TC going up, but I think you kill it very quickly if you would.
Harass it and just
That
screw it
TC
up.
is really bad for Lix. This is why you really can't afford to lose water on this map, because
Water is everywhere.
it's
basically.
it's
Except for
literally
your starting
everywhere.
island, it's all water.
And Lix now very highly likely to lose that TC and maybe lose the villagers with it.
Right. And like that,
Although-
that one war galley can just sit on the other side of that forest and just deny the gold, right?
And maybe even some
Wood as
but
well.
Maybe mostly the gold. I do wonder though, if Stark's, why is he not going over there? Maybe he's not that bothered. Maybe he's like, okay, let's just go in here and see what happens.
I feel like it's so much more risky to go in here.
I think
though.
it's curiosity. Like, I want to see his base. I want to know what he's got. But he sees he's got some war galleys and decides to back out because you don't want to get stuck in there. Still, very good military for Stark. 30 versus 19?
19-ish, yep.
You don't
He's
wanna
only
count
5
those
vills
ones.
behind now. He was about 10 vills behind a minute ago.
Yeah.
So he's done some good raiding there, and he's faster 3rd TC. He's starting
Thing
to
is,
catch up.
If Stark kills this TC here in these vills, he's ahead economically as well.
Yeah.
And I think that's where he's going now. So this is perfect. A few units here, and then the rest of the army to start attacking the TC.
There's no
gonna
way
force-
that he should be able to kill it, though, right? Lix's army should come out the back. Why
Oh,
would you go
what are
under
you
the
doing?
TC?
Crazy boy. Okay, look how quickly the TC kills the boats.
It's like 4 volleys?
3 volleys, 4 volleys. But this is forcing Lix to come out.
Yeah, but
Stark's
Lix
going to
is
see it.
okay with doing that, I think, right? Because he knows the TC is providing a military advantage.
It is, but he's getting a bit distracted by this army in the middle. Maybe Stark kills the TC by the time Lix even arrives. But he
Oh.
will. Lix isn't even over here yet. And all the villagers going to die. I think they're trying to repair, but they're all dead. And look at the villager count now. Stark has 10 more villagers.
Oh, and he's also got Lix kind of in a pincer. If he can get in
Kind
there
of
and
a
attack.
pincer, yes.
He's
More
still got-
reinforcements coming through. Wow, nice forward dot from Lix.
I thought that was
Hello. Yeah, me too. I was like, that's a Stark dock. No, it's not. Goodness me, the TC will get finished off. And 25 versus 26 military.
Oh, it's only 22 for Lix, remember.
But
There's still
remember,
4.
it's -4 for Lix, yeah. And this looks like
Honestly, I feel like those 4 war galleys on the left could almost turn the game around.
these 4 for Lix.
Yeah. Right? 4 more
Maybe.
bodies shooting. It could turn these fights around. Like, he's in a much better position in this fight, right? He can pick off 2 or 3 war galleys at a time and keep moving.
Stark's clicking up to him.
Oh, no.
Licks very close.
Nearly there.
But, yeah, he's going to use the market. Wow, 10 seconds, 9 seconds between them.
But 13 more bills.
But Stark really just... He's just going to be able to punish now, I think. I think once they get to Imperial, at least, he will punish Licks. But yeah, Licks isn't done just yet. It's going to be tough. His access to wood might become a problem if the water control is, you know, not looking good for him.
Obviously. All this water control is like everything.
Yeah, pretty much. Good point. Oh! He remembered!
Poggers. They're going raiding.
He's found them. And hey, they're going to find some vills. Lots of vills coming
Is he
forward.
patrolling?
Is that a forward castle from Stark or?
Hey,
Yeah, it looks
he's
like he's
preparing
going for a
for
forward
it.
castle. But look at this.
Oh, that wood line.
Denying everything. See?
They are useful, finally.
Licks knew what was going to happen. He just was waiting for the right time to attack. Hey, it paid off, man. But...
Oh,
hello.
Oh,
Is Stark throwing? Is this what a throw looks like?
He was about 20 bills ahead a second ago. Now it's only 15. Only 10 now.
Nah, it's still good for Stark.
Oh, he's still in a good position for sure, but not as good as it was.
It's not conclusive.
Licks is still in this game.
Yeah, it's not decisive. Stark is absolutely ahead.
Oh, and there's a big Navy battle going on here.
But Licks could hold on.
I think Licks is thinking, okay, I'm almost in. I don't want to waste my units. And
Yep.
Stark is thinking, I'm almost in, but I don't want to waste my units either.
But Stark's in just a little bit faster and has just a little bit more military. Dock count 4, 5, hello, 6 docks for Stark. And Licks has 1, 2, 3,
4, 5.
4, 5 docks. So dock advantage to Stark slightly. Licks docks are also a little bit more spread out. And it's a bit of a wild goose chase right now as Licks is getting himself into the corner of the map. And these guys are like, God damn it, why have we got to go around all these trees? I just want to sail my boats on the open ocean, but here we are.
This is the wrong map for that.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
He's cornered.
Stark, where are you going?
Why are you... No.
No. Stark.
No.
Come back.
Dude, he just cornered himself for you.
Okay, I guess he wants to build this castle.
Not worth it.
No, I agree. Killing
worth
that
it.
army would have been so much better.
Kill that whole army.
And then you've won the game, basically.
That's,
right?
Yeah, that's GG if he kills that. But no, I'm going to build a forward castle. I'm going to deny this gold.
I'm going to take this gold for myself, mate.
Yes. And Licks is now coming back in to get a piece of the action.
Okay, now fight him.
Well, you could fight him under the castle. That's strong.
I don't think Licks is going to see the castle and just turn around.
Yeah,
right?
Stark's going to have chemistry as well here. That's going to help him significantly. The extra +1 attack.
Ooh, get those vills on that wood line. That would be good.
That would be very good. More wood for Stark coming in. Maybe a forward dock coming in soon. I don't think you can build one there. No, can
You have to be on the beach.
Yeah, I thought so. So, yeah, villagers dying here. More wood denials. Dock going down. And meanwhile, on the left side, Licks going for his push as well. Another TC from Licks on the far corner. But Stark still ahead by 10 vills.
Licks also has a relic advantage at this point.
He does. He does.
Possibly going to be
Stark
the
just
game gets
picked
too
up
much
another
later.
relic. So, Stark will have 2. Licks will have 3.
I think this map has 6 or 7 relics.
Yeah, there are more. There's definitely more. There's another one there, look, and another one there, so and here, so there are more to collect. But Licks now grouping his army together and making a push. And I feel like Stark needed to kill that army in the corner. That would I think that would have won him the game.
I think so as well.
And now Licks has grouped his army
He's
together.
going to lose all of those stuff.
This is bad.
He's still in a good position.
Castle here, though, trying to protect his eco. He's coming in from the left side with his remaining army. And Licks, oh no, Licks could end up getting sort of trapped here. If these guys can go back, but these guys might have to fight their way out.
Just pick up these ones, pick up those last 2 maybe, and then just keep running.
Okay, let's fight their way out.
He's got military advantage now, actually. Who do you think's going to add rams first?
Look at this.
I guess Mongol siege rams, they could be useful in this.
Yeah, siege rams would be really useful, and of course with drill, they're a little bit easier to maneuver as well.
Yeah.
I like this though. This is cheeky.
Just to troll him a little bit, keep him stuck in his corner.
Stark definitely has good map control at the moment as well. which is good. Military count is close. Villager count still in favour of Stark, but the 6 idols making it a little bit more even than it might seem on the surface. Of course, Lix with this clandestine lumber camp over here. And
channeling your inner Killer Bee there.
Of course, I love the guy. Oh, look at this
the
again!
TC's back and it's going down again.
Well, this time
maybe
there's a lot more Navy from Stark. Sorry, from Lix to contest it, so maybe not. Bad fight for Stark.
This is really good for Lix. The TC is shooting and the Galleons are only fighting half the time.
These Galleons, wrong place, man. This is the enemy. There we go. And look at that military count now.
Lix is consistently ahead by a little bit.
And that's going to sort of work more and more in Lix's favour as this fight goes on, I think. Lancaster's laws coming into play a little bit there, but whoa! Where are you going?
Come back!
We're not finished yet.
Like those Galleons are still attacking villas and stuff.
Oh, and these ones are still going for the TC. So Lix will clean that up quite nicely, and well, he does get a lot of villager kills. That gives him now a 30 villager lead. So Stark should, in theory, be able to replenish his navy a little bit faster.
Yeah, but you know, he's got double the army at this point now. I think that's gonna be tough to overcome.
He needs more docks. He needs more production. And Stark has got a lot of resources to spend. What is this? Where are they going? Were they trying to build a TC there? I think the same spot, actually, yeah. That's funny. So Lix definitely has less resources in the bank.
Oh, those poor trebs. Ooh, guard tower.
Guard tower. I didn't see that tech coming in.
You would have thought to be the Japanese player doing guard tower, right?
You think?
Yasama towers?
That would be really cool, actually. Yeah. On this map, that would be really cool. But you know, I think that that Lix here is kind of getting a little bit strangled out of the map. He seems to be expanding out to the right side a little bit, but ouch, he's going to lose about another 8 villagers there if he doesn't send anything to deal with it. And Stark just seems to have a really good control over the map at the moment, at least more of the map.
I really feel like he's playing more of a macro game, right?
Yes,
like he's not overly concerned about any of these individual fights. He's just like, I'm going to keep playing, I'm going to keep pushing around the map, controlling space, controlling the resources, and then slowly win the game over time.
Yeah, precisely.
My Civ's better late game. I get Siege Ram, he doesn't. So I can tank so much better than he can.
Yeah.
My Siege is good. His towers are a little bit better, but I still get Cannon Galleons, so I can get those later maybe.
Yeah, Siege Rams are pretty pivotal, actually. And he finds the wood over here as well. I do get the impression that Stark is finding more around the map. You know, I feel like he's maximizing the damage by raiding a little bit more effectively. And he can do that because Lix is kind of outside of his walls. And if you look at Stark's base, how does Lix really raid? He has to come up here.
Right, but then he gets trapped in.
But then he's never done that.
Behind the castle.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, Lix hasn't really done any raiding in the past 15 minutes.
No, right now this is a prime time for Rams.
Oh, those Rams.
Rams in, go for the trebs, and they just tank everything here. This is perfect time for the Rams to enter the game and enter play. Massive military lead for Lix, though. Do the Rams turn this around? Look how tanky they are. Look at that. You just don't want to die.
Do like 1 damage each, right?
Yeah.
Like they kill it in a couple of volleys, just too many volleys. But every time they're not shooting Galleons, they're taking 3 damage.
That's true. Lix, though, still 20
drill.
Military ahead, and ooh, I like drill. I like drill a lot. I think Stark's thinking, right, I've got the most map, I've got more of the extra resources around the map, and I'm going to, like you say, play the macro game, out macro him. I'm going to have the better techs in the late game, I have the better army composition in the late game. Let's take this to the late game.
Yeah. And like, you know, if you decide to add land units later in the game, they get pretty good hussars.
Yeah.
Japanese only get Lycav, and that's the only real trash unit you're going to think about making.
Yeah.
On this map, really.
Exactly.
Like Helbs, maybe against Galleons, that could work. Skirms are pretty useless. So mostly hussars for raiding.
Yeah.
And Mongols have the best hussars in the game, basically.
They do. Well,
depends on what you're fighting against.
Depends on the situation, but yes.
Some of the best hussars in the
best.
game.
Yeah, so...
And, shipwright as well for Star.
Yes, that's
wow.
long-term, big technology. And I was going to say, to answer the question, how are ships sailing on land? This isn't land. This is mangrove jungle, and it's amphibious terrain. It's to represent the mangrove jungles of Southeast Asia, where there is a lot of water and a lot of sort of tree houses and things which are built up on the top of it. Good fight for Stark here.
On one side, but on the other side, Lick's got to fight too.
Yeah.
So
Oh, he's cutting off reinforcements quite nicely as well.
The Rams are killing the docks.
That's good.
It goes both ways, right? They're both... Oh, and those villagers are probably going to die as well at some point.
Probably. Licks could keep coming in from behind, though, and catch Stark out of position here.
You should do that. Get in behind him.
Why is he not coming in behind? Stark's getting a lot.
And look at that ram just
Oh
running
my
around.
goodness, look at the villagers.
Yeah, it's not good.
143 versus 79.
Almost double the bills, and yes, you've got half the army, but just chillax, keep your army at home, make some more docks, keep replenishing, and eventually you'll win. Not that he knows that, but we know that.
We know that. We have the all-seeing eye of the spectator.
Oh, he's killing more bills over here, raiding
Dashboard.
constantly.
Yeah, man, that's pretty huge. Killing more and more vills, and Lix is a bit overwhelmed. He has to stop the rams, so he's got to use his navy to stop them.
I like that they're using the navy to block the rams so they can't run away.
Oh, it's pretty good. I didn't notice that at first, but they're still getting out anyway because they're Ferrari rams.
Most of them are dying. Right.
True. But the castle goes down, and he's gonna do a siege workshop there. There's a castle here on the front for Lix. I don't really know what that achieves for him. He needs to try and push out and hurt Stark's eco, but he just can't get out on the map. Even though he's got the bigger army, had the bigger army, suddenly Stark has more, and I think this is really just the beginning of the end for Lix now. He's done well, but I don't think he'll continue on in this game for much longer if this carries on the way it is.
No, it's very much a losing game at this point. Like, Stark's now back ahead in military. He's 60, 70 pop ahead. And it's just... I don't see what's going to happen.
Look at the difference in population as well. Yeah,
they're equal on
huge,
relics.
like
there's no huge advantage there when it gets to the very late game. Okay, that castle's a little bit annoying. No worries, I'll just go somewhere else.
He just goes somewhere else. There's only one castle on the map for Lix, so yeah, I think right now Stark could. I think going for this eco here would be the best. I think go for it. Probably. I mean, he probably will kill this army. I imagine he's even got the ram here to come in as well.
Yeah.
Lix has to go back, and then I think Stark makes a beeline for the economy down here. And he just,
there's another 30 villagers dead.
Kills the TC, denies the gold, denies the wood. Resources-wise, he is rich. He's loaded.
God.
And look at Lix. He's struggling to get 500 of anything right now. So Stark looks like he'll clean up this castle, because why not? And I think Stark will take the game. It looks like it from this position, at least.
I'm not sure what's going to happen. Like, Stark's got more than 50% of the map under his control. He's got more builds, he's got more military, he's got better military. But I don't think I've seen Lix secret right either. So it's more expensive than Stark to begin with.
Yeah, Stark can just keep replenishing his ships as fast as he loses them, and he can do it for a long time with this much resource in the bank.
And every time there's a ram in front, he just instantly decides.
Oh yeah.
Lix calling the GG.
It's over. Lix, GG called. Stark, a 2-0 victory in the last round of 16 match of the day and of the Southeast Asia 1v1 stage. Well played to Stark. He did really well, and I think he could have won the game a lot earlier if he'd have actually took the fight in the corner when Lix backed himself in here. But he wasn't necessarily to know, and he instead went for that forward castle, which probably paid off in the end anyway, securing the late game gold and allowing him to sort of stage from here a bigger push later on. But really a great game from Stark, and I think Lix did well as well, but Stark just overall better macro, better unit control, better presence on the map, and that leads him to a 2-0 victory, which I'm sure VNA will be very happy about, and I'm sure SY will be pretty disappointed in, as their second spot in the standings starts to come under a little bit of fire. Let's see the standings here, just to see where we're at. The brackets first, just to show you the completed round of 16. We had a lot of close games in this round of 16, only 3 2-0s. The rest all going to 3 games, and you can see the following round now is going to be Jordan 23 versus Tim, Secret versus Frantic, MBL versus Yinghua, AM versus SY. Tato versus Tato versus VV, Secret versus Frantic there, and Vilesa versus Stark, that's Suomi versus VNA.
Interestingly enough, only two teams, the two teams at the bottom of the standings, didn't win any of their round of 16s.
Yeah, we've got two players going forward for Team Secret. We've got two players going forward for Frantic, and then we've got one player for AM, SY, and Suomi and VNA. So it looks like Secret are going to continue to
rack up the points.
Rack up the points at the top of the leaderboard. It looks like Frantic have a great opportunity to take that second spot from SY.
They could definitely do that.
And it looks like Suomi and Aftermath are going to be hot on their heels if they have a good performance for the rest of the tournament.
And they're both on opposite sides of the brackets, so they could both gain the same amount of points and not really change anything. So
yeah,
I'll have to see what happens.
So all in all, a really nice round of 16. I had a lot of fun and enjoyed the games a lot. I'm enjoying the map pool for sure. Like I always like seeing the new maps and, you know, the variety that this tournament brings. Mm-hmm. You get a lot of different players, a lot of different team compositions, a lot of different map pools, a lot of different civ compositions, and throughout the year we've constantly had a different variety of things to look forward to. So looking forward to the round of 8, and we will be streaming that next Saturday.
Yep, live here again at 14 GMT. We're going to have Zach, and he's going to be co-casted by Dem Isred.
I'll be casting with Dem Isred.
Yep, he'll be joining us.
That's right. Looking forward to that, and we'll be casting that from 14 GMT, like you said. Next Saturday, we'll be doing the round of 8 with the matches you can see there. We'll probably be doing them in top to bottom order.
Top to bottom order, that's it.
As always. And then we'll have the semi-finals and the finals the weekend after that. So don't forget to drop us a follow. We'll be live every Saturday at 14 GMT with the ECL. And before we head off, we're going to point you in the direction of the SmackDown, the Sunday SmackDown, which Interjection did. You can tell us more about that, Robo.
Okay, so Sunday SmackDown is a small little AoE 3 show match that happens roughly once or twice a month. It's sort of a bite-sized competitive AoE 3 format. Sometimes there's wacky settings, sometimes it's standard settings, and if you're new to AoE 3, if you're interested in learning a little bit about it, this is a good way to get involved and see what's happening. There's a small little prize pool. It's funded by people in the community, and it's a nice, fun little settings. And you always see Interjection casting with various co-casters, so it's a pretty fun time.
Yeah, it's all good, and you know, it's community focused, so it's nice to see that the Age of Empires 3 community is working together and providing some nice content for each other. So the link to that is in the chat if you're interested. It's on YouTube right now, and that was cast live from the studio, I think. If it's the same one I'm thinking of.
I think it might be a different one.
Yeah, might be a different one. But Age of Empires 3, interesting game to watch. I've actually really been enjoying the Age of Empires 3 content recently. It's a little bit of breath of fresh air, brings me a little bit of nostalgia, and I think it's a really enjoyable game to watch and to play as well. So links to that are in the chat. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you we'll see you tomorrow. We'll be live tomorrow with the other stuff.
At 18 GMT.
Yeah, at 18 GMT tomorrow. Thanks to AFKS or AFKs for the sub. Appreciate that. Welcome. And we will see you guys later on for ECL and more Age of Empires content.
Cool. See ya.
Bye-bye.